Good morning. Good morning. This is Joshua Taylor, Donald D. Taylor, coming from here in Hunter Creek, just outside of Hope. I'm just on my way to for a gig to do 5 or 6 weeks work, Lord willing, up in Oliver in the Okanagan. And 1988, God gave me 45 minutes of open vision, where He sent me back to Vancouver Island to bring forth an evacuation of the people. And I saw Vancouver Island under mandatory evacuation. I saw it evacuated. And after that, the angel of the Lord appeared to me, and God commanded me to speak forth a major judgment quake against the west coast. And I looked up at His face. I seen God's love. I didn't see His mercy, because the people's been warned and they've been given the opportunity and the time to flee the coming judgment. And only 10,000 vehicles got out. 3 million people died. So basically, God raised me up, and there will be a certain time that He will send me back to the west coast to bring it down, to bring judgment. I'm not saying this to be anybody, but this is the time that we're in. Preparation for tribulation. You need to take heed. I just listened to Mike from around the world on Paul Bigley last night, and this third wave of energy that we're in. Folks, we are in trouble. We are in serious trouble, and we need to prepare. So my plans are to work these 5 or 6, 7 weeks to raise up the finances so I can get a spot in the Fraser Valley on a farm, just a little Christian community. Not that many people. I have a chance to get a 700, 800 square foot place, lots of room to work, and I'd like to get somebody else there to share the space. When you get my age, it's harder to keep work, and I don't get a full government pension. The government's holding part of it back. So I'm asking that the body of Christ get behind me, not because I'm lazy, because time is short. Folks, time is short, and with what happened yesterday with the oil tankers being taken out in Iran, David Terrell saw this many years ago, that the port of Hormuz will be shut down. And we just had a major escalation in gas prices here last week. It was $1.43, then it jumped up to $1.67. It's about $1.58 now, and we're going to see $2 prices soon. We're already seeing the beginnings of hyperinflation. We know that with all these birth pains taking place, that we're going to see the sevenfold miracles happen. At the same time, people, I tell you that we need to prepare. Over these last 30 years, and that God has given me many technologies. This is what I've been trying to get out to the people, these kingdom camps, and what's necessary here right now is that we need to develop 1 acre plots. Now, this here is a 12 acre plot, but just 1 acre plot. Each one of these represents 1 acre. To take 1 acre as a stepping stone to getting out of the cities. You're still working in the cities, but 1 acre can support 6 families. And what the Lord has put in my heart is to start developing various off-grid technologies that can make them 100% energy free. God's given me a mind for this. It's easy to take a vehicle like this with the right people. You can easily get 100 miles per gallon. That's easy on the older vehicles. But the biggest things, people, is heating technology. What are you going to do in the winter when you can't get firewood and fuel is, you're paying $100 for a bottle of propane, you know, for a 30-pound bottle of propane, you're paying $100. You know, people won't be able to afford to heat their homes, and we're going to need heat for being able to grow our gardens year round. It's come down to that time, the food's going to double and triple. But God has raised me up, and this, you know, He's releasing me. I've been like a wild man for the last 30 years, warning people, you know, since 1993 about all this judgment that's coming. But on the other hand, you know, God has given me intuitive abilities. You know, He's made me an inventor and a builder to start putting what He gave me into practical application for His body, right? For His body. And if we sit back and if we do nothing, well, we're just not going to make it. And like Noah was counted worthy because God told him judgment was coming, and He gave him a plan. He gave him a plan to build an ark. We need to get our hearts right first. We need to learn to rise up and stand in faith, and to rise up and enter that fourth dimension of faith, and to leave the system. You know, a couple weeks ago, the Lord spoke to me, and it was almost audible, and He said, "Come out of her, my people, lest you partake of her judgments." And I didn't know that Maurice Sklar, a few weeks earlier, was given the same message. So this is not just separation from the religious system, but this is separation from the cities and preparation when the grid is going to go down. When the grid goes down, America's going to fall. America's going to fall. No one in office is going to prevent the judgments of God from coming on America. You know, God's put Donald Trump there to clean up the mess. If the mess is cleaned up, you know, according to Sadhu Silveraj, God will give us 4 more years. But you know, we need to prepare now. We need to prepare these stepping stones, these 1 acre camps, and I just in the last couple of days or so, I had the opportunity to share a bit with Miranda Devon on why God. She's going to debut the 7 visions and do some blogging to help support what the Lord's called me to do. Well, people, you men and women of faith out there, you need to come out of the cities. You need to sell your homes and, you know, get freed from the bank. And we need to start developing these 1 acre camps. And I can't do it alone. I can't do it alone. I'm going to need, you know, I'm going to try to set up a business where I can do a carpentry work in that. But my primary function is to develop off-grid technology that God's people can survive. And the Lord gave me 3 steps of how to survive off-grid. We have to be able to make our own fuel. In 2004, God gave me a dream where I saw a new technology. I saw energy spinning inside of a pipe. That same summer, I came across the discovery in Nanaimo, Vancouver Island. And over the years, I've seen many manifestations of plasma energy in the 4th state and the 5th states of matter. And it's being able to make it repeatable. And so with this technology, it's possible, and I've already done it, where you can take standard fuel and you can perfect it, where you can actually create plasma. You know, you can actually take normal fuel and get 10 times the yield out of it. So once you can develop plasma, you can use that for gasification of all waste. And so what you're doing is you're taking away having the heat source, so you can convert garbage into waste, even human waste. As long as you got people, you got septic waste, and with the high enough heat source, you can gasify that. Break it back down into diesel, and from there you can take that, and through merging the Joe pipe technology with the geek technology, you can actually create a fuel processor that will take that 1 gallon of diesel and expand it 10 times. In other words, you could convert that diesel into a high-end implosion fuel or DEET gas that's compressible, that you can store, and it doesn't matter if hyperinflation goes up 10 times, that you're able to cope with it, and with it you have the means to go off grid. So that's my intention. So you can contact me at my website, or I still have to work on my website. I haven't had the time this last year, and it's fallen apart. I need to work on it. So I got two websites. One's called Project Goshen, that you can see on the top there in yellow letters, and that stands for God Ordained Sustainable Housing for Emergency Networking. That's what these 1 acre plots are for. So if you got a home, you need to sell it and network with others to set up shop off grid, get an RV or whatever. But this is a stepping stone to leaving, in going deep into the wilderness. And because the time is coming where when the grid shuts down because of this Nibiru, the 5 wastes of energy in that, it's going to be too late. Now, David Terrell's been prophesying for 50 years. Get out of the cities. Learn how to prepare like ants to get out of the system, because that time will come where we're going to be hit by civil war, and that's going to lead to a limited nuclear strike against America. Canada's not exempt. Canada's going to be in for it too, and that's going to lead to full-scale invasion and 7 years of occupation. If you want to remain in the cities and become caught in destruction, go ahead. But we need to prepare, and for what's coming. People, the church is not going to be caught out of tribulation. We're going to go through it. We have to rise up in our faith and go through it, but we also need to prepare in the natural, and that's where I come in. Now, God has given me lots of stuff over these last 30 years, and I need to do more than just share it. I need to use the time and opportunity to begin to develop the stuff that God gave me. Go to whygodcom, and I know Miranda's going to do a beautiful job and helping get all this off the ground. But I want to be in a position in the next 6 or 7 weeks. I have to go out and work right now, just to stay alive and function. But I'm working toward getting a place where God can plant me, where He can make me a blessing, and to bring forth the revelation of Jesus Christ, and to meet the needs of His people. That's where I'm at now. We're out of time. We need to prepare, and so I'm asking that God will meet your needs. I'm not asking you directly, but I'm believing that God's going to raise up people that's going to support my hands, where I can be about His business full time. I hope that you understand. This is Donald D. Taylor, Joshua Taylor, coming from here in Hunter Creek, British Columbia, Canada.